Hello again, and happy Tuesday. Today is Tuesday, May the 17th, and I'm not sure what the weather is. Don't have a clue. I do know we are in a waning moon, so if there's anything you need to release, it's a great time to do that. The full moon, the full blood moon eclipse thing was in Scorpio. And it's a good time to do some work to let things go, to transition from healing and closure. Yeah, so there you go. And, you know, your soul path could be accelerated. At least that's what I read. All right, I'm going to do a general energy tarot reading for today. Anybody that might be watching on purpose or watching by accident. If you're watching by accident on a different day than today, Tuesday, this May 17th, 2022, then might possibly be something that you need to hear. Okay. What do we need to know about today? Tuesday, May 17th. What do we need to know? Okay, nothing is absolutely choosing to jump, so I'm going to choose myself. All right, I think we want this one and this one. I am this deep into cup number 3. Got a lot of errands to run today, so Josh gets to babysit my happy butt. He's the designated babysitter for the day. I'm sure he's thrilled about that. Push this stuff away, and I think that might be sort of kind of in the middle. All right, what do we need to know, build around this story? We have Temperance, which is a 14, which renders to a 5, and we have the Moon card, which is a 13. Ooh, 14 and 13. It's a digression. Makes sense with an eclipse, right? 13, which renders to a 4, so a 5 and a 4. Temperance can be a, who is that, Sagittarius? And the Moon card can be a Cancer. All right. Build the story around this situation. Do we need to know? Too many. And I have found that if there's, excuse me, if there's too many that rolls out and I do see one, then it's going to probably come back out later. Okay, that would be you and you, and I'm going to do this way. Boop, boop. Okay, we've got some characters involved. Possibly some air signs. Just saying. Oh yeah, definitely some air signs. Lots of thought. And I shouldn't try to assume what the reading's going to be until I get more information. But there you have it. We have the Magician on the table. And we have the World card on the table. Let's see, in the floor. Oh, can you see that one? There, do it that way. Okay. I get to play with more wedding flowers. We just went and got some flowers yesterday for the bouquet of someone who's getting married. And planning that out. So I need to clear that off for the witchcraft class today. Oh, there we go. And we're going to do this and do that right there. Okay. Bottom of the deck is the 4 of coins. All right, in the middle, as said, we have Temperance and we have the Moon card. Could be Sagittarius, could be a Cancer. We have the Magician and the World card. We also have a lot of swords laying out here. At least it felt that way when they were dropping. We have several cups too. And a couple of wands. So, we're kind of all over the place. I'm really surprised the Hanged Man isn't out here. Or the 2 of Swords. Because this feels like someone is waiting on something. There is a new beginning happening. It could be a new plan. But we have got some issues that we need to work through. There is something that you're feeling very indifferent about, almost unappreciative. We've got the Page in here along with the Ace, and this feels like, okay, I'm just going to say it. It feels like immaturity. We also have the Page of Cups down here, and it does very much feel like immaturity. And maybe that's what you're balancing, trying to adult and yet being immature at the same time. With this King of Swords next to the Temperance card, this feels like it solidifies, it solidifies that thought of immaturity with balancing your thoughts. Balancing the thoughts of, but I want it, with the thoughts of, I need to do what's right. And I'll just go ahead and spit this out because I'm hearing this loud and clear. It's not all about you. And that's hard to hear, especially in this day and time when we have been taught to self-care, take care of yourself. You can't pour out of an empty vessel. And I say this to a lot of people. But it isn't really all about us. Sometimes it's about something else. More important. Not more important than us, but more important than our selfishness. I know that sounds harsh. We have the Moon card next to the Magician. And the Magician is typically a person who has all the tools on the table. Sometimes, however, he can be a trickster, especially if he's in reverse. I don't read this particular deck in reverse. It's just how I do it. Agree, disagree, whatever. But he feels like he is deliberately keeping things a secret, keeping them clouded, keeping them draped under a guise. And I say he because that's just how it comes to me, okay? This looks like a dude, so. But the energy is not forthcoming. It's deliberately hidden, and this feels very much like a trickster. on the bottom row, we have okay, with this being on the bottom of the deck, this feels very conservative. Sometimes it is taking care of money. Sometimes it is being frugal. Sometimes it is a bit hoarding. Get all you can all you get, and sit on your can. That's what it feels like right now, very hoarding, because it is in line with all of this. Okay, there is a possible outcome, however, and this has to do with a new beginning, okay? We've got the wishes fulfilled card, and we have the world card. Now, I have more than a few people who ask me, do you see anything good in the cards? Is there a good outcome? Well, yeah, there's always a good outcome. And it's showing right here, the world. You have an opportunity to pretty much build your world the way you want it. However, the balancing act that you're doing between adulting and being selfish and a bit juvenile, I know that sounds harsh. I don't mean it that way. I'm just saying what I'm hearing and what I'm seeing, okay? And sometimes we need to hear the harsh message. Sometimes we need a little butt whooping because it gets our attention. People who are in a situation where they're in a couple or a partnership, sometimes it takes hearing either you change or I'm leaving, and that rocks their world enough to fix things for the benefit of the partnership. Okay, that's what this is. You need to hear the harsh. You need to hear that if you don't stop being so juvenile and selfish in this situation, you're going to lose it. Okay, there is a wonderful outcome, but you stand to lose this. And even though there's no Tower card here, there is no Death card, there's no Devil card, even though that's not showing here, it's the feeling that I'm getting from this. This person, whoever this is, needs to stop playing and start taking care of business. You've got the world at your fingertips, and it's a new world. It's a new beginning. It's a new opportunity with wishes fulfilled. And it has to do with a relationship, okay? It has to do with a relationship. This is something you've wanted. This is something you have put out there. And it feels very much like in that movie Practical Magic, when Sally was a little girl. She saw some things that made her not ever want to fall in love. So she worked a spell that she thought was impossible to fulfill. Well, you've worked a spell that you thought was impossible to fulfill. And there is a strong possibility of it being fulfilled, okay? But you're going to have to get over the childishness, the juvenileness of this, if that's even a freaking word. You're going to have to get over the hiding things from someone. Because if you're wanting to build this life with this person, this is going to have to stop. Because it almost feels like they have either given you the ultimatum, or they're about to. Okay? Someone needs to wake up and grow up very quickly, or their world that they've hoped and wished for is going to slip right through their fingers. Man, what a heavy reading. All right, I'm going to do this. Here he is. Devil card. Break old habits. Break these old habits of manipulation, because it's not working this time. It's not working this time. Okay. If this resonated with you, please heed the warning. Foreknowledge is forewarned. That's what my friend used to always say. And the possibilities are always there. The possibilities of change are always there. We have to choose them. We have to choose to make the changes necessary to bring about a new beginning that we have hoped and prayed for, and possibly even cast magic for. But you need to wake up and stop this deception and grow up. Stop being the baby that wants your way all the time. All right. Sorry about that. Sometimes we need a butt whooping. Sometimes we need a hand slapping. Get out there. Make it a good day. Enjoy the journey. Above all, we should be thriving in life, not surviving. Surviving isn't good enough. We need to thrive. Do what makes you happy. And if you have to work your way to it, do what you have to do until you get to do what you want to do. Took me 62 years, okay? 62 years. Patience isn't a friend of mine very often. Might not be a friend of yours, but this is not the way to manifest what you want. Okay? Universe sees through that shit. And so is the person who's either given you an ultimatum or is giving you an ultimatum. Break the chains. Break the old habits and grow up. Blessed be.